Yo, hello everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe. So, I haven't really done anything because I was in my dad's house, but now I'm here. So, this is a zombie game. So you're trapped in an island and you need to. You're like isolated in this island and you have to gather resources so then you can trap this island and the upcoming waves of the upcoming zombie waves. When they come, the zombies need to be uh, backed off, so they gotta die to those traps. So I want to make an algorithm for gathering resources, actually for displaying resources in the island, because this will be generated. So I have to make the models. We've already made the rocks model and the tree model, which is a palm tree. Like probably later I'm going to fix this texture because it isn't a seamless texture. As you can see, when I'm far away, it looks like squares because it is not really seamless. I also want to implement a grid system here, so you can place because your view will be just like this or something like that, and you will need to fill the grids blanks, or the grids, I forgot the word for it. So let's start developing it. And you will need to. Okay, so I think this model is a bit rusty. It's not rusty, it looks like okay, it could be like that. Let's just, so I'll make the games model something like this. So I'll use subdivisions but in Blender, but I won't use that much so it doesn't look realistic, because I want something that looks like not pixelated but also with a good game feeling. I don't know if I'm being clear, but okay. So we have to develop an overlapping box here, which will make which will, yeah, I think I can develop that right now, which is an algorithm that generates trees and rocks here. And also I'll soft code it so we can add more models whenever we want to that algorithm. So yes, let's start by coming here to the blueprints. Wait, let me actually select this here. Palm tree BP. Where is it? Palm tree. Let's browse to asset. Blender models. Okay. Okay. Let's go to here and let's create an actor, and it will be it'll be resources. wait, resources generator. Yes, resources generator. And now let's start making it. So I have to put here a the first thing I'm gonna add is a box, which will be the box area. So it is the area in which the resources are going to spawn, and this should be just a box because so then I can just come here, put it in the world, and then I can scale it wherever I want. And I'll start by doing that. So the area that I'm going to fill with resources, let's put here like 400. Maybe like 380, just so the borders aren't really filled here, as you can see, because we don't want trees to spawn like in the water. And then okay, I think it is a good margin. So now I think that it could be like 250 here, and then we can move it a bit here, so then we can place the traps here. Yeah, I think it is good right now, just like this. And I'm going to extend this to like 10, so it is overlapping with the terrain, with the landscape. Okay, so now we have the box here, and what I'm going to make is just delete this because I prefer to do it myself, or to place it myself whenever I need those nodes. And wait, let me just check. Okay, for comments, no, there's no one. So then we have a resources generator class or object. So I have two models right now, and I'm going to create an array because I have models that I want to place. I'm going to create here a variable which is going to be called resources generator. Wait, I think I was talking too loud. Okay, this is going to be called resources, and this is going to be actor. So like, wait, actually, yes, this is going to be an actor object reference, and then let's set this as an array. It could also be a map, because we could make like strings to actor, and it would like display a set of strings, so then we could get the name of it. But let's set this first as an array. And on event begin play, so when the game is initialized, actually when the game starts and this actor is placed on the world, but as you can see, this is already pre-placed. So on event begin play, what we want to make is we want to get those resources, and I'm actually going to set here some of them. Resources. Wait, is this different or what? I think this is different. Wait. Oh, wait, okay. Editing this value in a class default object is not allowed. Wait, what am I doing wrong? What? Wait, did I create it? Let me check here for something. Blueprint class, parent class actor. So what is the problem? Right here. What? Editing in a class default object. Wait, what? This never happened to me. Wait. Oh, como estás, Peter? Como é que é, Tiago? Editing this value. Epá, já. Estou bem. Tenho. Ando a fazer aí umas coisas tipo an object because they are intended as a read-only template. Edit anywhere. E como é que andam as coisas aí? Struggling to implement blueprint interface. I can set the default value of the camera upon control because editing. Calma. O que é que aconteceu agora? Espera aí que eu agora estou a legar um bocado. Isto nunca me aconteceu. Editing design in a class default object. Se eu criar aqui seas, oh, you meant the world Só criar aqui.
Looks like you're on YouTube watching a musician doing it all. But did you know there's a YouTube music app that does it all with ad-free listening and song downloads and background play and a whole lot more?
Class default object.
Get YouTube Music Premium.
Por que é que isto não está a dar? Calma, se eu criar uma string nome. Dá. Ah, calma lá. Oh. Lol, a sério. Yeah, ok, acho que estou agora. It should be a class reference. Ok, já percebi. Ok, como está a faculdade? Oh, literalmente tive teste de cálculo. Ah, yeah. Esquece. Correu-me bué da mal. Mas os outros testes até correram bem, isso tudo. Depois, eu por acaso estou a gostar lá da nova. E como é que está a ser aí a tua? Tipo, as tuas aulas e isso tudo. E já tiveste testes? Então, resources. Isto tem que ser tipo class reference. Ok. Yeah, agora já dá para editar. Ok, pronto. We're gonna get here. Eu estou a falar em inglês que é tipo para a live só. We're gonna get here the resources and then we can just set here the tree, palm tree BP, and then we want to create here a rock BP in Blender models rocks, and then let's create here a class which is going to be an actor, and for good practices let's come here. So this is a palm tree BP, so rock BP. This is going to be called rock BP. Rock BP. And then the only thing we're going to add is just the rock here with a static mesh. And let's actually come here, and if we want to... Okay, so the rock size is actually good, so let's keep it as it is, and we have the rock BP now, so then we can add here in the blueprints resources generator, let's add here the rock BP. So now we can generate two types of items or resources, but we also need to fix here the we have to spawn actor from class, and let me, because some people they don't spawn these let me search for, is there a generator or something like that? Generator. Byte to enum. How to use generators in Unreal Engine. Okay. So let's just Then we want to create types of we want to create types of objects that are like chained. So imagine if I want to create something like this, like the tree is surrounded by rocks. If I want to create that, how could we achieve that? So on event begin play, we should make here an initializer, which would be, so let's create here a custom event which will be called init state. Actually, this is Java good practices, so let's create this custom event which will be like set parameters. Yeah, this should be good. Set parameters, and then what we want to do is let's think a bit. So if I want to create here
YouTube Premium é YouTube sem anúncios e a app YouTube Music tudo junto. Uma subscrição.
then let's create another custom event which will be end round. No, actually let's just delete this because this will be an event, so whenever end round is triggered we're gonna have here to we're gonna have to call set parameters. So we have the resources, and we want to create we probably want to create an array that will set this is the hardest part because I'm doing the hardest first. So but when we can get this algorithm right, this is going to be good for the game. So let's create here a like rocks different source, no, rocks distance, rocks distance rocks distance algorithms or something like that, and it will be a float, and it will actually, wait, why is this like this? Okay, a float, and it'll be an array. So we want to set rocks distance algorithms
something to hold on to, gotta find
Mm, okay, I'm thinking. So let me actually go to paint so I can explain this. Um, so we have here this box which will generate resources here, and the island is just like this, and we have here the zombies coming in. So like we have some zombies coming here, and what we want to make pretty much is just generate resources here in this box. I think that and we have an algorithm, because we don't just want to spawn resources here far away from each other. We want to create, we want to be able to create like conjunctions of items, such as like rocks surrounding a tree, or a couple of trees, like a set of trees together, something like that. So I think that we can achieve that by making an array. So making an array here. This is an array, wait. So we have an array here, and this will have a set of so like random like random values that are set whenever we begin a game. Random values, and so we set those random values whenever we begin a round, and but we gotta have one for each. So actually, let's change a thing here. This won't be an array. This will be a map. Let's change the variable type. Actually, it was better to do something else. And we want to let's delete this actually, because now we have this, and we can just set this as a float. Okay, wait. Okay, float. So now we have an actor type, an actor class, to a float. Wait. Actually, this will not be a float. This will be an integer. Yes, this will be an integer. So what this will make is pretty much just wait, let's cannot add a new key to the map while a key with a default value exists. So the first one will always have the rocks. Wait, actually, yes, rock BP. The second one will have the palm tree, and this default value will be 0. So if we get these resources, on event begin play, we wanna set parameters here, and what we wanna set is just these integers is the represent the amount of algorithms or the amount of difference on distances that we're going to generate each item, so, or each resource or each actor. So if we come here and get the wait, actually we're already getting it, so wait, I don't really know how maps work in Unreal Engine, so let me check this. Actually I know because I've used it, but not that well as an array, for example. So values, outputs an array of values. Okay, so this is the values that we have here. Keys, so we get the keys, okay. Then we have add, clear, contains, find the value associated with the provided key. Is empty. It's not empty. Length, keys, remove values, okay. So the thing I want to make is, if this is always ordered, we know that if we get here the values, so we're gonna get the values and we get the integers, so let me just think about something. I'm thinking about, so we have here a map. This is an array, but this is wrong. So we have here a map of actors and their generator algorithms. Those algorithms. This is only the amount of algorithms that we have. We also want to save those amount of okay, so we could generate first the rocks, then the trees, so as you're seeing it. So yeah, let's do that. Okay, so let's for loop here. Actually we need a for each loop. So array of integers, array element, then we want to create a custom event which will just be called generate, and we are gonna have to create a function here which will be called has any overlapping actor. So, and this will be a boolean, so this will have an output which will be no, which will be has overlapping actor. And then we can just do some things there. Let's first create here this algorithm. So we have the values here, and we want to array element. We want to if wait. So we have the values 3, 2, 1. I'm imagining some stuff here. For each of them, we're gonna have to set random. We're gonna have to for loop again, so 2 fours in a row. For loop. And this array element -1. So if there's actually no, this array element loop body, we want to, so basically what we're doing here is for the rocks, imagine the first value, so we have the rocks, imagine that we have 3 rocks algorithm. We're gonna go through all of those 3 and we're gonna get the array element. Wait, actually no, imagine that we have the rocks here and the trees, so we get the values. So imagine that we have 2 algorithms for the rocks and 3 algorithms for the trees. The values are 2 and 3, and then we're gonna go through those values, so 2 values which are 2 and 3, and then we're gonna for loop again, and this last index will be the amount of times that we're going to create a random distance for the algorithm. I don't know if I'm being clear, because it's a little complex to explain. Vim aqui só dar espero que corra bem, desenvolver o programa de tenho como dei. Calma, what? Incomodei? Não. Lol, se eu estou a fazer live, podem entrar tipo quem quiser. Não. Eu só digo que fico um bocado incomodado quando spam as mensagens tipo bués. Mas isso aí não tem problema, né? Senão eu não fazia live sequer, ficava só a desenvolver o jogo assim. Zombie Waves. Ok, obrigado então. So then we have to. So we have here the. We're making a for loop. Okay. And then on here we want to create an array. So this will have generate this will have 2 things. This will receive 2 things, which will be the array index here, so resource index, something like that, and this will be an integer, and then we have to have the an array which will be the algorithms, and the algorithms will be a float, and it'll be an array, which will be just an array of distances that each item will have. So on loop bodies, let's call this method generate. No, not this bug again. What's generate? And when we want to generate, we want to connect this array index here, and we want to create an array. Let me just random float in range, and the minimum, they cannot be, this will be a constant value, so wait, I've never used eu até que devo spamar mensagem por uma, é só spamar porque fico incomodado assim, ok. Não, é só porque tipo eu tento me concentrar a desenvolver o jogo e ao mesmo tempo a falar, mas tipo, eu não me importo falar, agora se for bué, aí já fica um bocado, mas de pronto eu ignoro as mensagens, quando vejo que são muitas, tento tipo, tenho de focar agora no jogo. E para isso, how to define constants in Unreal Engine. I've never used constant. You can create a constant node by holding the one key and left mouse in the graph here. So this is constants for materials, but you can select and drag an input which was promote to variable. Okay, but this isn't performance reducing one in C++. You can make the variable private and create a blueprint for. Okay. Okay, Unreal Engine doesn't really have constants, so let's just make these random value as something like 50. Wait, I don't know if 50 is good, but okay, so random float in range, and the max value will be something like 200. I don't know, let's test it for now. And then we can add, wait, actually let's create here a resources no, algorithm distance array. No, this is a bad name. Algorithm, and it will just be a float, and we can set this as an array. So now we have a float array, and we want to connect connect here. So let's get the algorithm, and we want to add. Bro, why is this always add? We want to add a value, and this value will be this one, and then we just connect these integer. Wait. Oh, okay, so this is only the index of the new item. Yes, okay, on completed, when this is completed, get algorithm. No, actually, wait. I want to get this again and just connect this to that, generate, so then we can generate this, and it should be good just like this. I know it's a bit complex, but I'm trying to make a good code. So we set the parameters, so for the rocks and for the trees, so this array, rocks and trees, we're gonna make a for loop for the values. So wait, let me just resource index algorithms for each index. Okay, so this is good. So this will be one method. The first method sets each algorithm for each resource. Basically, it's just like this. And for a good blueprints practice in Unreal Engine, we're gonna set these as like a blue comment, because my good practice is it isn't general, but whenever I'm working with classes, which is basically all the time because Unreal Engine is POO, because it is a game engine, of course. Whenever I have a constructor and destructor, I just blank comment, so I just have a white comment. And whenever it is a code, I just comment it basically on I just comment it based on the performance of the code. I don't know if I'm being clear, but let's just keep going. So when we generate this, ok, até amanhã. So when we generate this, so when this is completed, we have the whole algorithm here, and we're passing as an argument this resource index, and we're generating. So we'll have the individual array resource. So we'll have the resource here if we get the resources, and okay, and algorithms. We basically have an array of algorithms here, which will contain the. So we'll have on generate, we'll have to make a for loop, but we'll also need to check this collision. So has any overlapping actor. Okay. So the thing I want to make is wait, why is the
É YouTube sem anúncios? Yep, YouTube Music.
generate? So here
Vídeos sem interrupções e uma app só de música. YouTube Premium. Uma subscrição, duas apps.
resource
E mensalmente
index
sem custos.
and algorithms. Let me actually check for the live stream time. Okay. So when this is on event begin play, we're gonna set parameters. generate. Oh, and there's a nice thing we can do after. Okay. When we generate each item, we're gonna have to get the item, but when we try to spawn an actor from a class, spawn transform. Let's get this box area. So basically what I'm doing here is just getting the box area. Wait. So we're getting the box area, so the box volume, and we're having here the random point in bounding box. So imagine a circle. Imagine actually it's not a circle, so it's a sphere, but I'm talking in 2D. So imagine a circle here. Wait. Why is this like? Imagine a circle here. We have the center here. So the center that we're getting is just the get world location. So we get the world location as the center. So here, because this box is too like it's here. We're getting the center here, which will be that one, and then we're getting a random point in that bounding box because we're getting the world scale and we're dividing it by 2, and then we're putting it as the half size. So we get here all of the half sizes of, like, in the x, y, and z coordinates or axes, and then we're just setting these as the parameters for the getting a point in this bounding box. So then we have a point here in this box that we can spawn a so let me just comment this as gets a random point in the box. It's basically this, and let's comment this as green because this is good for performance. And generate. When we want to generate, we want to okay, this is the hard part. We're getting the resource index, so let's get here the resources, and we want to get the keys. Find item.
Then fly to home. But if you wanna travel, then go alone. Yeah, what's the point in us if I never know? Yeah, if you're gonna leave, I'ma let you go. I'm tired of the
So what we're doing here is basically let's just organize this. Generate. So we're getting the name, or we're getting the class that we are going to generate. Yes, that's what we're just doing, like getting the class that we want to generate, and then based on this resource index, and then we want to spawn actor from class, and the class will only be this class that we're getting with the resource index, and spawn transform. We need to set an amount of trees that we want to spawn. So we have to have another thing, so let's just for loop here, because we want to get the set parameters. Let's create another custom event. Set amount of each resource. Set amount of each resource, and we want to have here amount of each resource. No, amounts. Let's just make this as amounts so it's clear. An integer and an array. I mean,
You're watching YouTube, but did you know there's a YouTube music
resources.
app where you can listen to rare covers of your favorite artists? Duh. Get YouTube Music.
Length. Length. For each of these, for each loop, we want to. It's not a for each, it's a for. Bro, this bug is giving me. For loop, we want to set the length as the last index, and for we wanna add, so add bro, oh my god, add, and the loop body will be completed. So we're adding an amount, and the amount that we're adding should be a random integer in range, and the range should be something like from how many items should we be spawning. So like from 20 to 75 maybe, or to 100, I don't know. Set some amount. So yes, sets the amount of each resource to spawn. So now we have the amounts here. Then we have to have here a sequence. Oh my god. A sequence here. And this will actually be the second thing to do. And this will have here the set amount of resources of each resource. So basically we're setting, the first thing we're doing is setting the amount of each resource to spawn, then we're generating each item based on the algorithm that we have for that item. And the thing is that for loop resource index, so we have to get here the amounts, and we have to get a copy with this resource index. So let's actually just connect it here. And then what we want to do is a for loop, because we're getting the amounts, and now the last index will be here, these keys will go here, and now we have the generate keys. So basically what we're doing is just getting here the amount of items to spawn, because now we're gonna want to spawn here the items, and when we spawn algorithms. Wait. We shouldn't be connecting a global variable to here, because we can access it whenever we want, so we can make something which is, let's take this out and let's actually just remove this, because now we can just move this a bit to the right, and then when we are done with generating, we can clear this algorithm. We can clear this for the next algorithm. Clear. So this will just put this as an empty array. So yeah, it looks good. Now we're gonna get the algorithm. So for each of these, and we wanna spawn an actor from a class. That class will be this one. And the spawn transform should be, we got the, we have here a random point in the box. Let's actually do something which is random. Let me think about something. Spawn transform location, spawn transform rotation. Okay.
The YouTube Music app has the power to sense what you like from the moment you open the app. It's almost like it can read your mind. That's what I was going to say. Get YouTube Music Premium. Try 1 month free of charge.
When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this
Nice.
too. When you want to get off the darkest ground,
Random rotator, let's roll.
but gravity pulls you straight down.
Okay. Let's get a random scale. Wait, a random vector. Wait, actually these should be like random float in range. Something like between .75 and 3. Yeah, I think it's good. Something like this, or like 2. No, 2.5. Let's just. There's no other option other than just triplicating this and connecting each of these, because if it would be 1, it would be the same for each of them. Nice. Now we have to do something like we have the scale and the rotation. The thing is that the algorithm. Wait, let's first test it without the algorithm. So just by getting here a random point here, without this algorithm. Let's comment this and generates a specified resource in a random point of a box with types of algorithms. Then we set the parameters, and when we set the parameters, let's test it.
With Shopify, I could turn my passion for coffee
Okay,
into
what
business.
is
And
that?
that sound?
So it is all
Somebody
spawning
wants
in the
something?
same
We'll make that
location,
thing. Come on. You just want to hear another one? Start your free trial at shopify.com.
and just with a random rotation. And I forgot a thing. I forgot that um dun, dun. The random rotator should only rotate in the Y. Actually, only in the Z axis. So from 0 to 360. And now we have to, because this is all in the same point, we have to create a function that will has any overlapping actor. Wait. Actually, there is no problem. I think I'm just going to remove those algorithms because actually I don't know. Wait. Maybe we can first do without the algorithms and then with the algorithms. Wait, now it should be all in the same point, but like all in vertical. Okay, nice, nice. We're getting somewhere. Nice. So now we have to make a function here. Yes, we have to make a function here which will be called generate random location in box.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
And it'll receive the random point in bounding box. Wait, actually no.
And watch it take shape.
Random point in bounding
Plan,
box. Wait,
customize, and
it'll do
expand
this.
in any direction. From tools
So
built for one to platforms ready for many. From passion projects
return,
to enterprise grade systems. Everything is built in.
and the output
ready to
will be
launch.
a location.
It's a new world of creation, where you can go as far as your imagination takes you.
Location
Can you
point,
imagine it? Let's make your dream
and
a
it'll
reality.
be no,
right
actually
now.
just location. Yeah, location point. Vector, single. Let's connect these. There's no such need for comment. There's no need for comments. Then
This used to require huge Hollywood budgets, complex software, in tons
let's call the generate
knowledge of the best AI tools.
It'll cost you
random location in
and
box.
it doesn't require a subscription.
In just 2 days, I'll show you how to unlock the most advanced AI filmmaking tools without paying.
Because now it is running on a loop, so it should be different.
Videos that rack up millions
I
of
think.
views,
I
make
think.
profitable online ads that blow up your brand, turn any idea into a
Wait,
cinematic
it
short
isn't
film that
different.
looks like it belongs in Hollywood. But you won't only learn about AI filmmaking in this course. I'll also show you how to create viral thumbnails with AI. With AI, You can create a realistic clone of yourself in just 10 minutes. I'll show you how to generate graphics for your website, how to script viral videos
Actually, it
using
is
AI that sound exactly like you. Over 10,000 creators
always
have
in the
enrolled
same
in the
spot.
AI Creator course, and their results have been mind-blowing. Like Dwayne, who started a brand new TikTok account with 0 followers, and within 2 months blew it up to 15,000 followers. And it won't cost you an arm and a leg to learn all this. Right now, ContentCreator.com is having an insane Black Friday sale where you can get the AI Creator course,
Get
and
world
our
location
viral video
center,
effects
and then the
editing
half
course
size will
for
be the
the
get
lowest price
world
ever. This course walks total
scale.
beginners through the process of
Oh,
recreating
because
the most scroll-stopping trends on social media. We provide you with the practice footage so you can follow along, and we teach the effect in CapCut, DaVinci Resolve, Premiere Pro, and Final Cut, so you'll be able to easily follow along no matter what editing software you use. This insane sale also includes our YouTube and social media editing template pack. This pack is loaded with our favorite tools and templates for editing faster and looking even more professional. You'll get pro-level color grading LUTs, motion backgrounds, dynamic titles, smooth transitions, and more. It'll help your videos stand out even more without having to spend hours trying to figure out how the pros do it. Altogether, this bundle is worth hundreds of dollars, but right now, during this sale, you can get lifetime access for one payment of just $98. And don't forget, it's all backed by our no questions asked refund policy, so there's nothing to lose. This sale is
Let's
ending
print the
very
world
soon,
scale
so
scale
do
here.
not miss out. Click the button below and enroll today.
I want to check if this is print string, the world scale. This is 50, 380 and 10, which is this one. And then let's print this one. Fine. Then random point in bounding box. Center, half size, random point in bounding box. Let me just search here for something. Wait, actually, I need to poop.
Físico, foco, virilidade. Max Teron, o suplemento.
So you're able to trigger Niagara effects in Unreal Engine using Ableton Live. But how do you have the effects spawn in random locations so you don't have to manually place everything all the time? Or some blueprints they've already gone through that convert MIDI data into OSC for demonstrate Volume 2 from the Epic Marketplace. The screen. The Niagara system will spawn with the random point and bounding box node along with the Get Components Bounds node. Once we have these two nodes in the blueprint and hooked up to the Spawn System at Location node,
Get Component Bounds, Origin,
we can then drag
Get Bounds.
again the box variable that we created earlier. Once in the blueprint, plug it into the
Get, oh my god, I have to go component bounds.
get components bound node, and then everything should be good to go when it comes to the
I'm sorry
location
for not talking,
spawning. But what if we wanted more than one Niagara effect to fire off every time a mini note is received? Well, no worries there. Add a for loop node and insert it between the branch and spawn system at location nodes. Next, we'll come over to the left side of the screen and click on the plus sign as seen on the variables tab. This will add a new variable that will then rename to spawn amount. After that, change the variable's pin type to integer. This allows us to cleanly select whole numbers for the purpose of defining how many Niagara effects should spawn upon receiving a MIDI trigger. The object value to 1 in the details panel on the right side of the screen. After that's done, go back to the for loop node and set the first index value to 1 as well. To finish, one or multiple Niagara. Once all of that.
So basically, why am I talking like this? What? Okay, wait. Nice, nice. So I'll fix the algorithm later, but now I really have to go poop, and I'll fix the algorithm, I promise. I just have to increase the amount of items that are going to spawn, and also wait, this should be something like, this shouldn't be 10, this should be like 2. Let me see. Nice. Yeah, then I'll fix it later. Now I have to go. Wait, actually it shouldn't be like 2, it should be like 1. Nice, and as you can see we have an initial algorithm, then we're going to change this. We can add more resources because it's soft coded, and also I'll put some trees near to more trees, and we can also spawn more items if we want. We can change these. We can change these to amounts like from 20 to 100, 25 to 100, and I think it should be good. Actually, I think it's too much. Let's just change these to 20 to 75. Because we're gonna add more items. Nice, and I think it's good. Okay, this was today's live stream, making this algorithm. I'll change the algorithm later, but for the first one, I think it is really good. And let's just remove these, because now we have the algorithm to generate it, so we don't need that. Yes, I think it is good. Then I'll change it, and yeah, that's today's live stream. And let me just remove this print string so it doesn't print anything. And yes, let's check it again. Nice and clear. Yes, so I'm gonna go now.